the bottle, I've been drowning, I've been floating away. Every other dollar that I got in bed, I probably went and it away. I ain't f***ing okay, I ain't liking it, babe. I don't even wanna talk, I'm just smoking my haze. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been stuck here for days. I've been staring at the clock as the radio plays. I'm enslaved. Yeah. Rolling another, I'm stuck in my seat for the whole control of my speech. Yeah, I've been trying to get off this couch for a minute and a whole week. No kidding, I'm skinny, I cannot eat. Got a million that depend on me. Yeah, every friend in my family, from a girl, every fan I meet myself. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down to make new thoughts, like jumping off of that rooftop. Oh my devil, when I do not to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yo, stand.
Hey, what's up, guys? I want to wish everyone a happy new year and have a safe weekend coming up out there. What I want to talk to you guys about today is the fact that the prosecution in the Brian Kohlberg case is being very vague when it comes to their experts on everything. Which isn't fair to Brian. Brian has a right to know exactly what experts the prosecution are bringing in, so he knows exactly how to counteract said expert. As well as the prosecution is not showing the defense anything. They're on their 21st motion to compel discovery, and which is I know is insane, guys. Their 21st motion to compel. So the defense is wanting sanctions against the prosecution for not showing discovery. Not showing the DNA discovery or the IgG discovery. Yeah. Because the way they put it, Brian is wading through a sea of discovery and not knowing which way to go. Comes now Brian C. Kohlberger buying through his attorneys of record and hereby moves this honorable court for an order to compel complete expert disclosures from the state in this matter and requests sanctions pursuant to Idaho Court Rule 16K. The bulk of the state's experts' disclosures fails to include opinions and reports. This inadequate disclosure greatly prejudiced Mr. Kohlberger's, who is obligated to submit defense guilt phase expert disclosures by January 23rd, 2025. The sanctions considered must be the exclusion of the experts on or at a bare minimum, an order compelling proper disclosure and an extension of Mr. Kohlberger's January 23rd, 2025 deadline. Mr. Kohlberger is prejudiced because he does not know what expert evidence the state intends to elicit. He does not know what expert evidence must be confronted. In this case, there is over 68 terabytes of discovery produced in a method that the defense has repeatedly referenced in pleadings and at various motion hearings as extremely disorganized. There have been 20 specific requests for discovery and 6 motions to compel filed by the defense. The court entered a redacted order governing further criminal proceedings and notice of trial setting on October 9th, 2024, and has notified the parties that strict compliance with the court order is expected on December 18th, 2024. The state disclosed 25 experts. Of those, only 5 include actual expert reports. Notably, not a single DNA expert opinion or report was produced. Instead, the state's disclosure referred to Bates' numbered pages and say, the disclosure is provided as an aid. It does not encompass all findings, impressions, conclusion, or materials referred to this expert's involvement in the case. It further does not in any way limit the scope of the expert's testimony. Further, this expert may testify about findings, impressions, and or conclusions that he or she drew from the work of the experts who previously examined or handled the evidence in question. Okay, so they're bringing in not the actual experts that handled the evidence. They're bringing in some apprentice or some aid, which I do not understand, guys. If you're going to bring in an expert that actually handled the evidence instead of some hearsay person. At least 3 digital forensic experts are disclosed, with lists of 67 electronic devices or third-party database examined. Not a single report of what the 3 experts will opine related to any specific device or data is disclosed. This is a capital murder case, and nothing about it is clear cut, which is correct. Nothing about this case, my viewers, is clear cut. Now, um, a lot of other capital murder cases in history are clear cut cases, like uh, like the Manson case, in which Manson didn't technically kill anybody, but he instructed his followers to kill people. And just like the Green River Killer, Gary Ridgway, his case was clear cut. Ted Bundy's case was clear cut. But you have Brian Koberger's case, which is not clear cut, which is kind of odd for a high profile case like this, which is already 2 years old and it's already deep in the case, deep in the investigation. It makes you wonder, because it's not clear cut, it makes you wonder exactly what kind of shenanigans are going on behind the scenes. Yeah, it actually makes you wonder if this guy, Brian, is being set up, is being a patsy, is being a martyr. And yes, this guy is a patsy. He's a wouldn't say martyr, but um, he's a patsy. He's being framed because why in the world, in the early stages of this case, would you clear everyone so quickly? It's like you didn't even check their alibis. That's what I don't understand in the case. Everyone got cleared so quickly. Even Jack D got cleared quickly. The quote unquote surviving roommates got cleared quickly. It just don't make no sense on why you didn't look at everyone thoroughly instead of clearing them quickly. The expert issues are complex, involving many different facets of DNA, cellular data, cell tower coverage, and drive testing, car identification, crime scene and blood spatter analysis, fingerprint analysis, uh, forensic pathology, an electronic device analysis of the suspect, victims and alternative suspects, and social media accounts. At issue is the state's supplemental response to requests for discovery regarding expert testimony and its exhibits filed December 18th. The disclosure lists 25 experts and provides curricula uh, vitae, 5 with expert opinion reports, and others with reference to Bates numbered pages or items, but no opinion, data, or methodology. What the state disclosure does not uh, do is follow the rule, which states expert witnesses on written request of the defendant, the prosecutor must provide a written summary or report of any testimony that the state intends to introduce at trial or at hearing pursuant to Rule 702, 703, or 705 of the Idaho Rules of Evidence. The summary provided must describe the witness's opinions, the facts, and the data for those opinions, and the witness's qualifications. Disclosure of expert opinions regarding the mental health must also comply with the requirements of the Idaho Code 18 207. The prosecution is not required to produce any materials not subject to disclosure under subsection G of this rule. The subsection does not require disclosure of expert witnesses, their opinions, the facts and data for those opinions of the witness qualifications intended only to rebut evidence or theories that may have not been disclosed under this rule prior to trial. As the Court of Appeals has held, the plain text of Rule 16b-7 requires the disclosure of expert witnesses' opinions, the facts and data for those opinions, and also any testimony that state intends to produce pursuant to Rules 702, 703, or 705 of the Idaho Rules of Evidence that encompasses not only what expert opinions but also scientific, technical, or other specialized knowledge to which the qualified witness may testify in a form other than that opinion. So exactly what is the state trying to do in this case? What are they trying to do? Is their case so flimsy, which I believe it is, that they're trying to use smoke and mirrors here? And I mean, I honestly do believe, guys, that they are trying to use smoke and mirrors. As the court explained in Morin, when an expert relies on some form of scientific or technical information that must be disclosed, as opposed to other witnesses whose opinions may be less of a scientific variety, the discovery rules are designed to safeguard the truth-seeking functions of trials, promoting fairness and candor. to facilitate fair and expedited pretrial fact gathering and to prevent a surprise at trial. Idaho at 626. If the state violates the disclosure requirement under ICR 16b6, the trial court has considerable discretion to fashion an appropriate 16K remedy. State versus Montgomery. 163 Idaho 40 2017. Mr. Koberger continues wading through a sea of discovery. The need for rule complaint expert disclosures is critical to his ability to prepare for his defense at trial. The state's failure to comply is not harmless. And it's not, guys, it's not harmless. It's like they're wanting this guy to deliberately fail at trial. That's why they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing and giving Brian what he needs to adequately defend himself at trial. Mr. Koberger must be able to confront the evidence against him and and to do that, he must be disclosed in accordance with Idaho Rule 16 and this court's trial setting order. The expert evidence disclosed by the state is woefully inadequate. This is a capital murder case, and compliance with the rules of discovery are not optional. Mr. Koberger is prejudiced by the state's failure. It is impossible for him to confront unknown expert opinions with his own expert disclosures by January 23rd, 2025. So is the state deliberately trying to kneecap Brian's defense as well as Ann Taylor? Yes, I do believe they are. They're trying to kneecap him. That's why they're not wanting to give him what he needs to adequately defend himself at trial, which is grossly incompetent by Bill Thompson, Alyssa Jennings, and everybody else on that prosecution team. Brian is a sacrificial lamb. Yes, I'm going to say it. He's a sacrificial lamb. Like always, guys, like, subscribe, and comment on my channel. Hit that bell notification for any new uploads. And go check out my merch store. I got some brand new merch items in there. Yeah. And if you click early bird at the checkout, and you get 20% off your first order. This is Robert with True Crime Podcast. I'm out, guys. Happy New Year. Peace.